In this video, we'll talk about data item stage and calc stage. This is data item stage. To use this, you just need to drag and drop here. This data item stage cannot be linked with any other stages. This is used separately without linking here. Data item is used to store values, and values can be date, date time, flag, this is boolean, number, password, text, time, time span, image and binary. To open this, you just need to double click on this data item stage, and here you can see this is the name that we have to provide, and this is the description, and from here we can select what type of information you are going to store in this data item. So you can select like this. Here we have two more options, initial value and current value. This is default value. So let's say you are assigning some value like a equals to 10. So a will be the data item name and 10 will be the initial value. After processing this data item, once that will be processed, 10, that initial value will be current value. And for this data item exposure, we'll discuss about this later, and also we'll discuss about this visibility in the later video. If you want multiple data items, then instead of taking one by one and placing here, you just need to double click on this data item, and then you can see here there is a icon here. You just need to drag and drop here, you can see, and automatically data item 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that will be created. Right now, if you want to just leave this one, you can click on pointer, and now if you want to delete that, you can just select that and delete that here. So these stages, you can see, if you click on this one, right click on this, we can cut, copy, paste, delete, we can do all these things here. Now we'll talk about calc stage. Calc stage, basically this is calculation stage. We'll take this one, this is calc 1, just double click on that, and here you can see this is the calculation stage, and this is the property of this calculation stage. Here you can enter the expression 2 plus 3, and then you can store in a result. So these things we can store in the expression. And also here you can see there are multiple functions available in the calculation properties: conversion functions, data function, date functions, environment. So there are multiple things. Right side you can see here we have all the data types available here. If we'll create any data item with a type of number, that will show in this numbers. So let's take one example, sum of two numbers. So to sum of two numbers here in Blue Prism, first we need two numbers and then one variable where we can store the value. So let me first delete this one, and this calc stage is used to perform the calculation here. So we are going to perform the calculation addition, so we need this calculation stage. Let me just link this and then double click on this calc stage and write here addition, and just put here description sum of two numbers. Here in the expression, if you want to pass default values, so you can write like this 2 plus 5, it will give us 7, but we need to store somewhere. So here store result in, here we need to store that. To store this value in a variable, we need to create one variable. So how to create a variable here in Blue Prism? We need to write the variable name, that data item name. So we'll put here sum and then click on this icon, this button. Automatically this will create a data item, and here you can see it has created a data item with the data type numbers and the name is sum. Right side you can see here, and click OK, and now here you can see this was the previous one that we created, and this is the sum data item that we created. You can see here sum, and the data type is number. Now you can see 2 plus 5 7, so we will get here 7. Let me just reset this and run this. So you can see here we are getting value that is 7. Now reset again. So currently we are passing default value. Now we want to take value from data item stage. It means directly from variable. So for that, just double click on this addition, and now instead of putting these values manually, we need two variables. It means we need two data items. So here you can understand data item is like a variable where we can store values. You can also create variables from this here. So we need two numbers data items. So we'll just right click on this, add new as a child, and double click on that, and put here we need number 1, and data type is by default selected because we have created from this number section, and in the number we'll put here 12. Now press OK. Now we need one more, so you can right click and click on add new as child. Here you can directly double click on that and you can put, enter the name, or the second option you can just right click on this blank side and click on rename, and here you can put here number 2 and just click outside. So number 1 and number 2, these two data items have been created here. Press OK, and you can see now we have number 1 and number 2. Now we need to perform addition here, so just double click on this calculation, and here you can see in the numbers we have 3 variables, 3 data items. So we'll drag and drop one by one, number 1 plus number 2. Now press OK. Now here in the number 1 we have initial value that is 12, and number 2 I'm going to put here 3, and now reset this and run. So 12 plus 3, answer is 15. Here you can see, double click on this sum, and you can see the current value is 15 now. Now if you want subtraction here, so just double click on this addition, change this name subtract, and now we need to put here number 1 minus number 2. So what you can do, you can directly put here number 1 minus your variable number 2, right, and press OK. The other option that we have this functions. We can use this here. Just go to the numbers, and now we need subtract. So we click on subtract, and right side you can see here operand 1, operand A and operand B. So in the operand A we will put here number 1, and in the operand B we'll put number 2. Now click on paste. So what will happen, it will create expression and it will paste into this expressions field. Just paste here. Now you can also validate this expression is correct or not. So click on validate. So it shows the expression is valid. Now here we have a second option, that is evaluate selection or evaluate expression. Evaluate expression means you can directly evaluate the value of this expression, like what type of value will be getting and what will be the answer. So just click on this, and here you can see number 1 minus number 2. Currently the temporary value that is 12 and number 2 3. So you will click on test, it will just subtract the value 12 minus 3, you will get here 9. So test here, and you can see it means it shows that this is working fine and will get this type of value, and if you think this is the correct, then we can click OK and we can go ahead with this. Now just press OK, and now we are going to use subtract. So if you want one more variable, it means one more data item for this subtract, so we can take one more data item here and we can just double click on that and put here subtract and take here number value, click OK. Now click on this calc stage, and now this time we will take this subtract and replace with this one. Now press OK, reset this, run now. So you can see here answer is 9. There is no initial value because we didn't pass any initial value here, but the current value is 9. Multi-calc stage. We'll discuss about this in next video.